Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to A Drink with Crazy. What's going on, everybody? Oh, good Lord. Oh, man. Well, I think I've got some fun stories pulled up for us tonight. I checked the Discord, and there were some stories in there. Some of them were odd. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but that's okay. So what's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's getting it through the week just fine. We had some mechanical issues with the vehicle, so I got to fix that tomorrow while we have literally an afternoon of nice weather, but you know how it goes. So I'm going to try to make the best that I can tomorrow to fix our vehicle. I just got to replace the serpentine belts, which is not a very hard thing to do, but you know, it was fun driving home. And then I lost power steering like 2 turns before my house, so that was fun. Not the first time it's happened, but you know, it does happen. Hey, what's going on? Anyway. Oh, goodness. Well, let's take a moment tonight to say a prayer for everybody who is out there in the world, whether it's ourselves who need it or others who need it. But as I said a while back, I always want to make sure that we take a moment to say a prayer for those that we care for. And without any further ado, let's get started. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. All right, let's get into it. Janine Schultz, thanks so much for being here. Oh, goodness. The odd stories are probably attempts to make you drink even more. Oh, God, yeah, I don't need to do that. That's for sure. So this one here, I actually saw this a little while back, and I've been meaning to get to it, and I just haven't been able to. But this is an interesting story. So apparently, Mr. Beast is buying a banking app geared towards teens. So from Business Insider, Mr. Beast buying a banking app geared towards teens. Let's go down here. So YouTube's top creator, Mr. Beast, is making a leap into fintech. So I'm assuming financial tech, by buying a consumer banking app geared towards teen. His company, Beast Industries, is acquiring Step, according to a joint announcement sent Monday. And this was a few weeks back. So Step, which describes itself as an all-in-one money app, is a digital banking platform designed to help young people get their financial start. The company offers a mix of services, including savings accounts, a credit-building Visa card that functions similar to a debit card, and a cash advance program. Step itself isn't a bank. It offers its banking services via a partnership with FDIC member Evolve Bank and Trust. This seems strange. I don't know if I don't know if I like making a banking app for teens, because I don't think that there should really be any difference between a banking app for adults versus a banking app for teens. We know that most adults have no idea how the financial system works. Most adults have no idea how to control their own finances, how to get out of debt, things that they need to do. Like, it's an absolutely insane system. And unless you're, and even if you know about it, it's hard to get out of it, right? So financial health is fundamental to overall well-being, yet too many people lack access to the tools and knowledge they need to build financial security. You know, my buddy and I were talking about this the other day. It's really, really interesting that, you know, schools will constantly tell you that you need to learn like quadratic equations and things like that, but they won't tell you how to manage your own finances, do your own taxes, this, that, and the other thing. So with my buddy, I was like, you know, I was in a position in high school where I was able to take like elective classes, and out of all of the elective classes that I took, most of them had to do with finances. There was business finance, there was personal finance, then there was a personal economics and finance class, which covered a couple of different things. So, and then there was some other stuff in there But yeah, I was like, no, it's probably good for me to know this stuff. I mean, literally, they made you balance a checkbook and stuff like that. Like, I knew all of this information in high school. And it's so interesting. They're like, well, the teens just don't have this information. We should give it to you. It's like, I mean, maybe, just maybe, we should start focusing on teaching this to young people and getting them ready for the financial future, teaching them how credit cards work, teaching them how interest works, teaching them proper payments, things like that, attempting to give a rudimentary idea of how the credit system works, which nobody actually knows that, because the way that the credit system works is not actually solid for everybody. You're basically put into a group of people with your spending habits, and depending on that's why some people can pay off their car and their credit score goes up, while other people can pay off their car and your credit score goes down. It's because you're put into a group of people based off of like your spending habits and how other people spend just like you, and it compares you to other people with your similar spending habits, supposedly. But we're not allowed to release that information to the public because trade secrets or some crap like that. It's absolutely insane. So financial health is fundamental to the overall well-being, yet too many people lack access to the tools and knowledge they need to build financial security. That's because our school system doesn't teach it, and parents don't teach it. They don't lack access to it. It's literally the laziness of the adults teaching the children. Well, they lack access to it. No, they don't. It's literally being denied to them. The information is there. They can find it. They lack access. They could go to YouTube. Parents can literally go and be like, here, let's check out some YouTube videos, and we're going to watch, and we're going to educate you guys on how to do this stuff. I mean, knowledge is free right now. Knowledge is free right now. And the amount of people that do not seek knowledge are exactly why the public education system was farcical from the beginning. To federalize the education system and force people into schools, knowledge is for those who seek it. It's not there for everybody. But yeah. So Beast Industries CEO Jeff Hausenbold, I didn't know that was his last name. Anyway, said in a statement, this acquisition positions us to meet our audience where they are with practical technology-driven solutions that can transform their financial futures for the better. I am very, very skeptical of this. I don't know how I feel about this. The companies did not disclose the terms of the deal. Step said in 2022 that it had raised $500 million in equity and debt from institutional investors, including General Catalyst, companies such as Stripe, and individuals like TikTok influenced Charlie D'Amelio. I have no idea who that is. But I'm not on TikTok. I don't pay attention to TikTok at all. Mr. Beast pushed to move beyond YouTube. Beast Industries, which was valued at about $5 billion in its latest round of funding, has been looking for new avenues to make money beyond media, including the possibility of launching mobile phone services down the road. Mr. Beast's candy and chocolate business, Feastables, has been a big moneymaker for the influencer, pulling in over $200 million in 2024 revenue, according to investors' materials viewed by Business Insider. Not all ventures have paid off for Mr. Beast. This is currently embroiled in a legal battle with a business partner over the operations of its burger business. The burger business, if you've ever seen any videos on that, it's basically what it was is that he just put his name on a bunch of wrappers, and whoever wanted to make Mr. Beast burgers could just do that. And there was no consistency. He didn't come up with his own recipe. He didn't open up his own restaurant. He didn't do any of that. I forget what it's called, but it's basically like pop-up stuff. It's like a random businesses that make burgers can make a Mr. Beast burger as long as you buy into or as long as you sign the contract, or however it is. It's absolutely insane. The content creator, who has over 460 million YouTube subscribers, has been planning to break into fintech for months, filing a U.S. trademark application named Mr. Beast Financial in October. Oh boy. The company teased the launching fintech business with services like student loans, insurance, or credit insights. In early 2025, investors pitched deck. Notice how with services like student loans, insurance, or credit insights in early 2025 investors. None of this is financial literacy. None of this says that they're going to actively work to make his audience the most literate that they can possibly be when it comes to finances. It's not going to happen. That's not what they're doing here. Business Insider first reported the deck said the company would break into industry by finding a partner who had existing infrastructure while avoiding regulatory credit risk and capital requirements. Of course you would do that. Why would you not? In January, Beast Industries announced $200 million from Ethereum holding firm Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Hausenbold said the company would explore ways to further collaborate and incorporate DeFi into our upcoming financial services platform. As the company prepares to enter its financial business, Mr. Beast, whose real name is Ginny Donaldson, also said he wants to make videos about finance, such as educating people on investing and showing them what is a Roth IRA. Okay, if he actually wants to do that and he actually wants to educate the young people, I'm not necessarily against it. Okay, so Donaldson, who's a spokesman who have spoken on many occasions about his personal finances, said on Monday on X, formerly Twitter, that he saw the Step acquisition as an opportunity to give millions of young people the financial foundation I never had. I don't fucking believe it. Nobody taught me about investing, building credit, or managing money when I was growing up, he wrote. Yeah, that's because it's not a thing. Okay, I am highly skeptical. There are a couple of things in there that, like, yeah, we want to teach young people how to be better with money. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know. Call me skeptical, but to be completely honest, I just don't buy it. When you're valued when you have a $5 billion valuation, the way that Mr. Beast does, they're in this to make money. I just don't believe in the altruism. For instance, obviously, Mr. Beast does all these videos. He's like, oh, look, we did all this stuff and we gave that. Most of that, again, he doesn't make these videos for altruism. He doesn't help people for altruism. He helps people because it makes him hundreds of millions of dollars into the billions of dollars. The guy obviously knows how to manipulate the psyche of young people into following him, liking, subscribing, buying his products, and so on and so forth. And you really want the mind behind that going out there and creating a financial institution specifically targeting teenagers. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Again, I will believe it when I see it. Now, I don't think Mr. Beast is the most evil person on the planet. A lot of people do. I think that's just catastrophically ignorant. But I think the guy wants to make money. That's what he wants to do. And he's showing no signs of slowing down. He has over $1 billion. Why would he still need to work? Well, because he wants more money. And now at this point, it's transitioning from money into power. It's into control, into market control and other things that he can actually be a part of. And again, it's so interesting to say, well, nobody told these teenagers, what would be really, really cool if Mr. Beast would make videos and be like, hey, kids, why don't you, if Mr. Beast made a video and said, we want kids to learn more about finances and the financial stuff. Kids, why don't you ask your parents? Why don't you tell your parents, Mr. Beast told you to teach them how a credit card works, to teach them how to balance a checkbook? Why is it that we always have to offload what parents should be doing for their kids to other fucking entertainment mediums or the government? If he really wanted to do this, why does Mr. Beast not make a campaign saying, parents, if you're not teaching your children about finances, you're failing them? And honestly, I don't want to have to do it, but if I've got to set up a thing, again, why are we not doing this? Seriously, make the parents feel bad for being shitty parents. I don't think that that's a bad thing. Shame and ridicule and bullying to a certain extent work. And if you get one of the richest men on the planet saying, parents, you're failing your kids if you don't do this, maybe, just maybe, something would change. But instead, what do? We say, oh, parents aren't doing this. Maybe we'll just do it. Nothing is going to change if you don't make parents responsible for their own children. I don't believe it. It's absolutely insane. And again, I don't necessarily trust the guy who's chasing money. He is very, very good at sounding altruistic. But you look at the business model, it's not altruistic. It's to make an absolutely insane amount of money. And I think that this is yet another way that Mr. Beast is potentially going to make more money. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to say this is a scam. It's not going to be a scam. It's going to be a targeted business model that's set up to give a false sense of security to teenagers who think that they know what's going on when it comes to their financial future, and yet they may potentially still dig them a hole. I don't think this is a scam. I think this is a targeted business model to do exactly that. Because I think that he is going to target people to get them to trust him with his money so that they can put money away, start investing off of that money, start making a bunch of money off of that. And then as these kids start getting into financial debt, it's like, oh, well, you could just get this credit card to get yourself more out of debt. And have you thought about that? Instead of wise spending, instead of wise bill tracking, instead of all of this stuff. And what the scary part is for people who are young, who have no bills, maybe they have to pay their car insurance, maybe have to pay their gas bill, like I did when I was a kid. Maybe, just maybe, hi, Bishop. Maybe, just maybe, sorry, I have a doggo here. He's saying hi. Doggo is saying hi. No, you're going to knock stuff over. You're going to knock stuff over. I was in the middle of a rant. Huh? What's going on, old boy? I was in the middle of a rant. And now I don't know how to start my rant back again. Ain't you go, boys? Ain't you are? Gotta go lay down. Yeah, you gotta go lay down. No. Go lay down. No, you're not gonna crawl up here. No, you're not doing it. No, we're not doing it. Go boy. All right. Sorry, distractions. But no, I just don't know how. I just don't see that this is actually going to be beneficial. What I think this is going to do is because it's targeting teens, so it's going to be targeting young people who are starting to work. Maybe they're 14, 15, 16 years old. Different states are different with laws depending on, if your parent signs a thing saying that, yes, you can work at a place, you can work in some places at a very young age. This is going to target teenagers, and it's going to put them on the hook for a lot of money that in their early years that they might not be able to get out of. Usually we talk about people, being in their young 20s after they're 18 being into financial distress. I feel like this is a way to get young people into the financial distress before they're even of the age to even really understand what's going on. All because their parents and their teachers don't actually teach them what's going on in the financial world. This absolutely bothers the living shit out of me. I don't trust this. And I don't trust it because it's Mr. Beast. No, I don't trust it because anytime people say this stuff, you have to look at ulterior motives, right? Because I'm sorry, banks and financial institutions don't make money off of you being smart. They make money off of you being financially illiterate. And a guy who has turned a YouTube channel into a $5 billion valued business understands how to make money, understands how to manipulate people, and understands what it's going to take to get these young people to get into the rat race early and to potentially be in a worse financial position. That's just... I don't trust Mr. Beast as far as I could throw him. And it's not because it's Mr. Beast. It's because I don't trust anybody as far as I can throw them. That'd be stupid. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below the VOD. I appreciate you guys watching the video if you watched the video. But I'm going to go back and join the live chat right now and say hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, chat? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Janine. Lots of things. The odd source. Okay. I'm already worried about the first. I'm already wary, and it's the first I've heard of it. Yeah, I try to look up just random things that are going on in the world to try to keep up with like a broad spectrum of news and things like that. It's very, very tough to do sometimes. Why would people need it at all if it's to be a member of that of all bank and trust? Don't know. They're too busy watching dumb music, lip syncing videos to learn how to be a tiny adult. Well, here's where I'm going to push back. That's just their entertainment. I used to be very busy watching the Justice League or Supernatural or music videos that bands that would put out that I like, or watching dumb videos on the internet. Okay. But my parents still taught me about finances. I still took the initiative to learn on my own about finances. So I don't really blame the kids for watching entertainment. The thing is there any moderation there? Right? Do they understand moderation? Do they, and that's something that I don't think is being understood. No, this sounds like a credit service. It absolutely sounds like a credit service. What's going on, Wrangler? Because entertainment media say parents are stupid and you shouldn't listen to them. Well, they've been saying that since the 80s. You know, the latchkey kids, best doggo. Yes. Hi, Royce. Hope you have had a blessed week. I have. I've had a very blessed week. Thank you. I had some mechanical troubles with the vehicle, but that's okay. You know, had a serpentine belt go out on a vehicle, so I need to try and replace it tomorrow before the bad weather hits. I'm going to take off work a little bit early to try and make use of the afternoon with the good weather. And then I have to replace a part in my wife's computer. But I mean, overall, if that's the worst of it, we've had an incredibly blessed week, and I can't really say we haven't. Yeah, we have our struggles, but honestly, we still have a house. All of our babies are healthy and happy. There's a little bit of an ick going around the house today, but no, we've had a very blessed week. Thank you. Dogs knock your rant over and cats knock your coffee pot over. God, I love them critters. Oh, Wrangler still remembers when the coffee pot got knocked over. I was not happy that I was very unhappy about that. Not only that, Mario says, but after a certain point, you're just paying to keep the interest at bay. Yes. Unless you end up with like a large sum of money, that's exactly what you're doing. You're paying to keep the interest at bay. You know, I mean, we do it. We went years without having a credit card, and we were in a situation where we needed vehicle maintenance done, and quite a lot of it. And we ended up signing up for a credit card, and I mean, we knew what we were signing up for, but it is what it is. Now it's a part of the monthly expenses, right? And we pay to keep it at bay, and we pay off other things that we can, and when we have extra to throw out, we do. Right? We knew what we were doing. We were in a tight spot, and things were breaking down fast. And it was one of those things where it's like, shit, we needed to, when a decent sized 4-digit bill for vehicle maintenance shows up, it's kind of one of those. It's like, well, shit, we kind of got to do it. We need that vehicle in case something happens with our kids. We got to get them to the doctors. We got to get them to the hospital. We got to go it just happens. That's how it is. So, in other news, ladies and gentlemen, Discord apparently is going to delay the rollout of age verification after the backlash. Oh, interesting. Let's see what it has to say. This has been a hot topic of conversation in our Discord, funny enough. So, Discord no longer plans to roll out age verification globally in March and is delaying the launch until the second half of 2026. The company announced Tuesday. Yeah, I bet they try to shadow launch this or try to roll it out like behind the scenes where it's just like, oh, hey, by the way, this is the thing. Discord had faced heavy backlash from users earlier this month after it announced that all users would be put into a teen appropriate experience by default until they were verified as adults. The company clarified on Tuesday that 90% of the users won't need to verify their age and will be able to keep using Discord as usual, since most don't engage with age-restricted content and the platform's internal safety systems can already determine the age of many adults. These internal systems work by looking at signals like how long the account has existed, whether the user has a payment method on file, and what types of servers they're in. And so why even roll out age verification anyway? If you can already do it with accuracy, why even do this anyway? It's almost like you were just trying to steal people's information and their IDs. Why do it anyway? Let me be upfront. We knew this rollout was going to be controversial. The Discord CTO, Stanislav Vishnevsky. What the fuck is this name? Stanislav Vishnevsky. That is either the most Russian name I have ever heard. Is that even Russian? Sounds Ukrainian. I don't even. Wrote in a blog post announcing that the change. Anytime you introduce something that touches identity and verification, people are going to have strong feelings. Yeah, maybe because you actually had a breach several months ago that released 70,000 people's age or 70,000 people's IDs and information in a breach. Oh, but that wasn't us. That was our third party that we were using. So you can't guarantee that the information that your third party is collecting can be secured. Nobody can. So, and it's like, well, we knew it was going to be, it's going to be controversial because at the time you announced it, people were like, you can't even keep my data safe now. Why would I trust you with more data? Anytime you introduce something that touches identity, okay, sorry. So in hindsight, we should have provided more detail about our intentions and how the process works. Or you should just, not fucking do it. And when you're like, well, but governments across the world want us to do it, then have some scruples. Have some balls to tell those, places to fuck off. The way this landed, many of you walked away thinking, we're requiring face scans and ID uploads from everyone just to use Discord. Yeah, because that's what you fucking announced. That's not what's happening, but the fact that so many people believed it tells us we failed at our most basic job, clearly explaining what we're doing and why. Or you realized, oh shit, people don't like this. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Oh my gosh. I love the PR speak. PR speak makes me so happy because I realize that so many people can see through it, and you're just like, you think we're dumb, don't you? You actually think your user base of your website are dumb. Oh, it's so funny. It's so fucking funny. You just they just think that they're smarter than everybody else. Ugh. It's great. All right, Discord says that the people that were part of the 10% of users who don't need to verify. Discord says that people who are part of the 10% of users who do need to verify their age will be given options to do so. Previously, Discord had stated that users could only verify their age by either completing a facial age estimation or submitting an ID to Discord's vendor partners. Now, Discord says that before expanding age verification worldwide, it plans to introduce additional verification methods, including an option to verify using a credit card. Yeah, just put your credit card on file. It's totally fine. We're totally not going to lose your credit card information, guys. Holy fuck. Okay. If you choose not to verify, here's exactly what happens. You keep your account, your servers, your friends list, your DMs, and voice chat. Vishnevsky, that fucking, I am Russian. Said in the post, the only thing that changes is you won't be able to access age-restricted content or change certain default safety settings designed to protect teens. Nothing about your Discord experience will change. Okay. Sure it won't. The company also plans to publish information on its website about each verification vendor and their data practices and clearly identify which vendor is being used. It's like, hey guys, this is the person who's totally going to lose your data. Okay. It's not Discord. We're not losing your data. We're just partnering with people who are absolutely going to lose your data. They're going to get hacked, but it's not Discord. Discord won't lose your data. We're going to hire other people because we don't want the legal liability for that shit. Oh, man. Oh, it's just hilarious at this point that these it's so funny because seeing at how all of this is breaking down when all of these laws were being passed in Australia and then Spain's going for it now. The UK did their child protection stuff. They tried passing it here federally in the US and people were like, no. And the reason that we're not thrilled about this is because you can't guarantee you're going to keep any of our data safe. And our data is already at risk in 1,000 different ways every single day. And you want to make it at risk 10,000 different ways. It's absolutely insane. It's like, well, we just have to comply with the law. I mean, like, well, yeah, slaves had to comply with the law too. Didn't make the law right. Like, I'm just saying, sometimes the law isn't morally correct, but you know, it's whatever. Oh my God. But that's exactly what they want you to be. They just want you to be digital slaves. That's all they want you to be. Right? Just consume, guys. What do you mean? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why don't you trust us? Why don't you just listen to what we're telling? We're the experts. It's like experts are no smarter than other people. You just got jobs at different companies. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've met people in the field, foremen in the field, who are way smarter than any engineer that came out to try to tell them how to do their job because the engineer didn't know how to do the fucking job. Just happened all of the time. All of the time. So, Discord, I'm sorry, but this is farcical. Apparently, you can already gather our data to extreme precision, so that way only 10% of people aren't known how old they are. So, if that is the case, why even roll it out anyway? Because I bet there are going to be people who are going to figure out how to get around this crap anyway. You already have our data. Why do you need to collect it anymore? Why do you need it to why do you need to send it to a third-party vendor? Right? Can you guarantee that these third-party vendors are going to be able to keep it safe? No. Oh, and by the way, the second that you announce who your vendor is, that's also going to open them up to attacks because now every hacker in the world out there that's going to want the data of the Discord users is going to go, Discord just announced who their vendor is. Make sure we do targeted attacks against them so that way we can breach and get into their systems. And believe it or not, most of the time, you don't need crazy high level. All you have to do, most of these guys, all they have to do is just DDoS the companies until basically the firewalls go down, and then you can just go in and grab what you need and get the fuck out. A lot of this stuff isn't very hard. If you hear about these breaches, it sounds crazy and technical and this, that, and the other thing, but when you hear about it, it's just like, no, it's pretty simple, actually. You just overwhelm the system, go in, grab whatever data you can and get the hell out. Like, you announcing who your vendor is going to be is going to open them up to more cybersecurity attacks, which then opens up your users to more cybersecurity attacks. I understand you doing this because you're like, well, we need to be transparent with our users. Okay. How about you just let your users protect their own data? That's really cool. That would be great. That would be great. But Discord's going to have to jump through all these hoops because multiple countries that they operate in have passed laws that are absolutely ridiculous and do nothing but violate our rights as just regular individuals. Oh, goodness. Absolutely insane. Oh man. Oh goodness. Gene shows. Yes, this one. This one requires a lot of bothering of the government entities. Mario Trujillo. I'm lucky enough that my history is strong enough that I can consolidate my current debt to a full year of interest. Free some. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's so great. Oh, great. Another Slav is getting bold again. That's so good, Mario. I was going to assume Polish, but I looked up and saw he's Ukrainian. I totally was guessing. Oh, Polish has more K's and V's in it, doesn't it? Well, Royce, having worked for the general public for almost 15 years now, I don't blame him for thinking people are dumb. Yeah. I haven't worked for the general public. I'm not in construction anymore. I'm in a different blue collar field, but yeah, I have to deal with it. Yeah. The best part about the general public is petting friendly dogs. Okay, not wrong. Not wrong. Don't worry, comrades. I will not sell your data. I can't do a fucking Russian accent. That leaves paper trail. Paper costs that much. I pay other people to lose your data. Wait. You're not paying me for security. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, we're not paying Discord for security. I'm not paying Discord at all. Oh man. Yeah, my dad had some stories. Maji-chan, what's going on? Yeah, my dad had some stories about when Case got into farming equipment, the engineers got a little German with their designs. Oh goodness. Yeah, wait. Oh god. German anything is ridiculous to work on. It's just stupid. It's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb. Why is this website so bright? I need to just turn my monitor down. That's what I need to do. I need to go to the monitor and touch the buttons and be like, turn brightness down. But I keep forgetting. This is ridiculous. It's like staring into the sun. It's like staring into the sun, and I don't like it. But for those of you who are unaware, are you guys Steam users? Any of you guys like to use Steam to download your video games onto your computers or whatever? I'm going to turn my phone into a Steam Deck. I've decided. But anyway, Valve, the company that owns Steam, this is everywhere today. Oh my goodness. A lot of people have been covering this. Yeah, Valve's getting sued. New York sues video game developer Valve, says its loot boxes are gambling. Oh boy, New York, the bastion of freedom and freedom and and shitty sidewalks and trash and what's New York good at again? They used to be. We used to make songs about it. And now it smells like urine and rotten milk. Anyway, moving on. New York, February 25th, New York's attorneys general sued Valve, a video game developer whose franchise includes Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, and Dota, accusing it of promoting illegal gambling and threatening to addict children through the use of loot boxes. And what? Promoting illegal gambling? Loot box. Okay. That's a weird way to say that. Okay. In a complaint filed on Wednesday in the State Court of Manhattan, Attorney General Letitia James. Oh God. If you pay attention to politics, this woman is just obnoxious. It said Valve's loot boxes amounted to quintessential gambling, violating the state's constitution and penal law, with valuable items often hard to win and many items worth pennies. Okay. Valve, based in Bellevue, Washington, did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Loot boxes let players use real money to buy chances to win virtual items such as decorations for characters and weapons in an effort to convey status. As long as it's not pay to win. I mean, I still think it's dumb. But I also do have a problem with loot boxes just in general. James said Valve generated billions of dollars of revenue by selling keys to open loot boxes, including in one game where the process resembled a slot machine as a wheel whirred through various items before stopping. The Attorney General said key sales advanced Valve's unusual business model of letting players sell items they won on its virtual marketplace, Steam Community Market, and on other marketplaces. Valve loot boxes are particularly pernicious because they are popular among children and adolescents. Of course they are. They always are. Because it triggers the dopamine thing, which children's brains do not have the ability to stop. Okay, children introduced to gambling by age of 12 are 4 times more likely to become problem gamblers as adults, and the complaint added, citing the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. James is seeking restitution for players plus a fine of 3 times Valve's alleged illegal gains. Oh, wow. Loot boxes for video games have been the subject of other regulatory action. For example, in January 2025, the Federal Trade Commission fined Singapore-based Cognisphere, the marketer of Genshin Impact, $20 million, which is nothing to Genshin Impact. They make billions. $20 million that didn't even bother those guys at all. That's why I want to keep my son awake. My son mentioned that he wanted to play Genshin Impact, and I was like, nope. Because it's got too many things in it that his brain is not old enough to understand, especially with the predatory monetization practices that it has. And others about the odds of winning valuable loot box prizes. Children under 16 were also blocked from buying loot boxes without parental consent. Cognisphere, doing business as Hoyoverse, did not admit wrongdoing, the FTC said. Of course they wouldn't. It's Genshin Impact. They're like, no. Like, we're making billions of dollars. That's not wrong. And they're like, no, you're doing wrongdoing. And they're like, we're doing billions of dollars a year. That don't sound wrong to me. That's how these guys work. Like, well, what about the children? And they're like, what about them? They should be in school. They're like, no, they're playing your game. They're like, oh, that's great. They're like, yes, that's the children. They're playing your games. I know, it's a great game. We love this game. They're like, and your game has gambling mechanics in it. No, it doesn't. We don't have our games in casinos. And they're like, no, your games have the mechanics of gambling. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you pay money. Well, yeah, money is good. We love money. Okay. And they don't get stuff. No. Yeah, they get the stuff. No, they get the chance to get stuff. And they go, uh-huh. They're like, in gambling, you pay money to get the chance to get stuff. No, every time I've gambled, it was to get more money. So it's definitely not gambling because we're giving them digital lines of code that are representative of their status in the game. That's not gambling. Because gambling means you put money down, and then if you win, you get more money. Obviously, it's not gambling. What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? Gambling. We wouldn't make children gamble. We just want children to spend a lot of money on the chance that they're going to look cool to their friends. That's not gambling. That's how you make money. And money is good. Money is very good. And we make billions of monies. Here, you can see our financials. Billions of monies. Billions of monies equals good. Fuck. It sounds so dumb, but if you've ever actually read the legal proceedings, it's basically, that's what they're saying. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, man, it's so fucking stupid. And obviously, again, loot boxes are bad. If Valve is doing shit that's getting kids hooked on loot boxes, you know what? Valve should lose the argument. I know everybody likes to be like, well, Valve, because Valve does a lot of things that I think are good for the customer. Valve also does a lot of things I don't think are good for the customer. I mean, Valve effectively was such a good service that it really catapulted us into this digital world of online gaming and took us to the place that we are now. Now, whether that was intentional or not doesn't really matter. And the reason that they are as popular with their product Steam as they are is because they do seem to be very, very customer friendly. They do seem to be very consumer friendly, and they do seem to be doing practices that are trying to protect their Steam users. However, that doesn't mean that they're not trying to be predatory in other aspects of their business. And if it turns out that they are, in fact, employing these practices in their other games and trying to get that gambling mindset going on in young children, which, by the way, you as a parent should be knowledgeable about the world around you. That's why, again, my son said something about he wanted to start playing Genshin Impact, and I was like, no, you're not. And my wife was like, well, you know, her sister and her my brother-in-law, her sister and brother-in-law, they play it. They like Genshin Impact, and I was like, I don't want him playing Genshin Impact because the way the game is designed, it's pay to win. It's got some stuff. It's got loot boxes in it, and it's also it's got a lot of character designs and stuff in it that I just don't want my son to see at his young age. Huh? Yeah. But no, it definitely has gambling mechanics and stuff like that. But yeah, and again, it's like, how do you know? Hey, what's going on, Dice Comics? How do you know what? And it is hard to keep up. But the fact of the matter is there are so many parents out there who just, nope, the kid likes playing this game, it's fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, Roblox. The amount of times that we talked with parents and we're like, we don't want our children playing Roblox because of the predator problem. And we've been having this conversation in our household for like 6 years. Way before the general public was made aware of the predator problem, because my wife and I were seeing stories come out years ago about this. And we decided we're not going to have our children be a part of this. Why? Because we want to attempt to be good parents. Most parents don't care about being good parents. Most parents don't give the time in their day to monitor and check out what their kids are doing. Here's the tablet. Here's the video game. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I know parents who complain when summertime hits. They're, oh my gosh, it's just summertime. The kids are out of school. We just don't know what we're going to do. I'm like, what do you mean? You're here for 8 to 10 hours a day. You don't even see your kids until 5 o'clock at night. And then you have to deal with them until bedtime at 9. You're freaking the fuck out because you have to deal with your kids for slightly more time in the summertime than you do in the wintertime when they're in school. Fuck is wrong with you? You're not even a parent. But if you want to know why all these lawsuits are being filed and why they're ruining all of these businesses, it's for the children. Why? Because parents have abdicated their responsibility as parents. I keep going on about this. I'm a fucking broken record at this point. You want to know how to fix society? Tell parents to be parents. Tell parents to be responsible. Okay? And shame them for being bad parents. If your kid's overweight, you as a parent need to be shamed. If your kid has bad behavior, you as a parent need to be shamed. Okay? You are not, if your children are a reflection of your parenting, if your children are not acting the way that they need to, that's on you. And you need to be shamed in society for it. It's, kids these days are so bad. And you just see how kids these days act. How about you look at the parents and say, hey, so yeah, here's the thing. Your kid's a fuck stick, and I think you need to be slapped for it. So yeah, Valve's getting sued because parents can't be parents. What do you know? What do you know? Another company getting sued because parents can't actually be a parent. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, thanks for checking out the VOD. I'm going to go back to the live chat now. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. My screen brightness and contrast are in the 40s because any higher and I'm squinting like a bug. I just need to turn it down. The problem is like, because I'm sitting so far back from it, if I roll it down too much, depending on like videos and stuff that I'm watching, I probably won't be able to see it. I'm going to cut the show off a little early tonight, guys. Usually I go for about an hour and a half, and so I am just not feeling it. Hope I'm not getting sick again. But I'm going to finish catching up with you guys in the chat. I did, however, I am thinking about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to launch another channel. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, though. I'll just have you guys find it naturally. But I've got an idea. It's going to take me weeks to prepare. Probably a couple months. But yeah. Oh, man. If they don't sue gotcha game developers, they're being two-faced again. Yeah, well, they did. They got... oh, yeah, I don't care. You bought my car. I make to... Oh, yeah, I don't care. You bought my car. I make to only I can fix it. What? Unless you can name the part. Okay. I'll sell part. Good luck putting in with 5 more parts. Huh? What did you just say, Mario? Mario, my dad's a retired mechanic. I concur based on what told me about cars like a Volkswagen. Oh, I see how you were saying it. Okay. I get it now. I understand now. I'm there. Dice Comics, what's going on? I've been playing M games for years. It's always baffled me, even when I was a kid. What do you mean M games, Janine? What do you mean M games? As the saying goes, never have a German engineer and mechanic in the same room together. Yeah. 5th generational bad parenting at this point. We are. 30 should be out Saturday. Fantastic, dude. Good. Keep up the work. Hopefully you're getting some good feedback, man. Yeah, we're 5 generations into just shit parents who abdicated their responsibility to federal government and other people. And it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's just so fucking ridiculous at this point. Ugh. Yeah. I feel like I had more energy a few years ago. I used to be able to do, well, I also had co-hosts. Ugh. I need to figure out how to get over this hump. I need to figure this out. Don't know what's wrong with me, chat. I want to hang out for longer, but also, ugh. Don't know why I am this way now. Oh well. Thank you guys so much for tuning into A Drink with Crazy. I absolutely believe it. Have a good week. God bless us. I'll say a prayer. For your old bones. They're not old. It's not bad. I just... Oh. Don't know. Oh. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. We're supposed to get some weather this weekend. It's supposed to be pretty gnarly. So hopefully you guys stay safe this weekend in the crazy weather. if you get crazy weather, because definitely want to make sure that everybody is safe out there. Oh, goodness. I love this song. Absolutely love it. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into A Drink with Crazy. And as always, until next time, cheers, everybody.